Now, let me- All right. Hello. Can you hear me out there, space people? I'm just kidding. I don't know. Welcome to the Thunderdome. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, okay, I can hear myself on this mic. Okay, cool business. All right, let me take these out. So, just trying to see if I can hear myself. So, yes, it is. I don't need the banners. Go back. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. All right, so we are here again for another Strive Sunday. Um, I am your host, Indigo Let, uh, and today we will be talking about just PensaPride Preview. We'll be talking about just Pride itself and some prides that happened before, uh, and the why Pride was um, actually how did Pride come about, and other things as well. So if you are watching right now, or like actually, it looks like only one person's watching right now, which I think it's my own phone. So there's that. But if you catch this later, this will be if you're on Facebook, it'll show up on the Facebook, um, and it will have subtitles on it for those um, who need that. If you are on YouTube, I think you can hit the CC button and then it has subtitles on there. And if you're on Twitch, I don't think it has subtitles, but if it does, great. If it doesn't, um, that's okay as well. Just watch the other two forms, and then I think that they'll give you subtitles to that. So, like I said, my name is Indigo Let. I go by they, them pronouns, and um, I am of Strive, so it's Socialist Trans Initiative. And YouTube doesn't have CC. When? Bruh. That's messed up. Okay, well, only Facebook has it then. Because I don't go by that. That's Bree. Wait, did I turn it off? Okay, no. So yeah. So like I said, this is Strive, so it's Socialist Trans Initiative. We are a organization in the Gulf Coast of Florida, specifically Pensacola, Florida, and um, we're not a 501c3, which means that we're not like a government donated program. Similarly to like, trying to think of a bigger organization that is a 501c3. Can't think of one right now, but anyway, so our finances are donations from people like you or anybody. We get it from just people who care about the queer and trans community, and those donations go to HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. Um, yeah, like Salvation Army, Red Cross, like those are 501c3s. Like the government helps them and gives them grant money to um, to do that. So um, and then so it goes to, like I said, HRT. It also goes to clothing. It goes to transportation. It goes to even housing in some cases. So we're still trying to build our housing program. We're trying to build it back because pre-COVID we were having it. Well, pre-COVID. So pre-COVID we had it running pretty well, but during COVID it was kind of hard because obviously you don't want I can see, understandably, someone coming to your house and you don't know them, even though you want to house them and help them. You don't know if they have COVID or have any symptoms, and you may have kids, or you yourself might be immune compromised. So it's totally understandable that um, it was very hard for us to house trans people at the time, queer and trans people at that time. But now we're starting to try to build it back up, or at least we have a bigger network now of people who can try to help. Um, but we're still trying to build people who would allow people to house people for just a little bit. It doesn't have to be like a full month or anything like that, but just a few days or a week or something like that to help them get on their way. So, and we try to help provide the food and um, any sort of things they need, so you won't have to come out of your own pocket for that part. But so yeah, so we try to do that, and then uh, so as of right now, we actually after this we're gonna have a there's gonna be a LGBTQ plus trivia at the Handlebar downtown. I forget what street that is on, but just look up the Handlebar. It's there. There'll be LGBTQ plus trivia from I think 5 to 9. So we'll be there for that. Also, next Saturday is PensaPride. So if you are in the Pensacola area or in the Gulf Coast area and would like to come to a Pride event, it will be inside. It will be at the Pensacola Fairgrounds. So unlike other prides, we've done the outside thing a few times. Obviously, we live in Florida, so it can get a bit hot. Um, and because of that, uh, well, I think we've had 3 prides since. So there was a pride before Pizza Pride, and that was always outside, but it was by a bunch of trees and stuff like that. And funny enough, I think all those prides, the weather really wasn't bad. But as soon as we did Pride, so the first year, the 2020 year, it was really hot. I think even one of the drag queens almost got heat exhaustion. So um, there's that. But that was probably the best Pride, like kind of it was a brand new thing. And then the second Pride, I think, was that the rain one? I think that was the rain one. The one where it like rained off and on, thunderstorms and stuff like that. So we really couldn't have we had Pride out there, but it was just, it was a really just messy just weathered Pride. And then the last year one, I think that one, it was really hot. I think that one was super hot. So Pizza Prod, they're now a board, an organization. They have now done it inside. For this time, this will be our first inside one. So if you want to come to that, that will be Saturday, June 15th from 10 to 6 p.m. So there'll be vendors in there, there'll be food trucks outside. And also, what's good about it being inside too is because it's a public, it's hard to explain this. It's private property on a public space, but the thing of it is the people who protest against us, the religious people who protest against us can't get inside. There's going to be, security and things like that. I'm tired. Oh my god, it's gonna be kind of hard to FaceTime you because I do the live stream for that, but I'll try my best. So, um, but yeah, so there'll be security there and stuff like that. I think I don't know how many vendors. It's gonna be a lot of vendors, a lot of artists. There will be, I think there'll be a drag show this year. I'm not mistaken, and then some other events as well. So come out to that, and then um, I think and then my birthday is the next Saturday after that, so on the 22nd. So that'd be cool. So we have I'm trying to think of any other events after that, after Pride. We'll let you know about that because I think if there is something in July we're trying to do, but we'll let you know. So um, just trying to get all that out the way. We can now go to, kind of the history of Pride. Yeah, June 22nd is my birthday. Yeah. So, um, June 22nd. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm a Cancer sign, baby. I was one day out of, I will forget. Thank you. So, yeah, we, we, so we'll go over the history of Pride real quick. I got to, yeah, the crab. um, I was so close to being Gemini, but it's okay. I love being Cancer sign. That's cool. Let me see. How can I get this into Hawaii? Hold on. I got three of these. All right, hold on. Let me. Uh, I thought I had it up, but I did not have it up. Should be a history. There it is. Okay. So, we'll go over the. I'm not friends with Gemini. That's the only prejudice I have. Ah. uh, um, but yeah. So let's go over the just the seven. There were seven uprisings, seven LGBTQ plus uprisings before Stonewall. Some of them you may notice, some of them may you not remember. But if people who are just new to Pride or anything like, there were um incidents before Stonewall, because Stonewall's the big one that everyone's heard of, and that's the one that kind of started off Pride. Um, in a sense, not in a sense, but it's the one that kicked off Pride as we know it today. But let me share screen, God damn it. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So should be up there. There we go. Okay. All right, let me make this larger for y'all real quick because I know. Oh man, I make it too large. Hold on, let me see. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, it says the seven.
You might not expect a
Get
donut
off
shop
my
to spark
screen.
a
I see
revolution,
you. What?
but in 1959,
I love the donuts look nice, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm only at Pride to yell at turds. Thank you. So we have the seven LGBTQ plus uprisings before Stonewall. The 1969 Stonewall riots marked a historic turning point for gay rights, but several smaller uprisings preceded Stonewall as LGBTQ plus communities pushed back against the harassment and inequality. So there's seven, um, as I just read. Anyway, so here's a picture of the protesters at the Flower Patch protest camp at the police department doing a raid at a gay bar at the Patch. Um, so, oh, maybe that was. Oh, okay. That's probably what those donuts about. Okay, never mind. My bad. I'm so sorry. So anyway, number one is 1958 Los Angeles Cooper the Nuts riot. So the spirit that built Mayor Cooper the Nuts sparks the trans. Actually, it looks like we can kind of watch this video here. So let me do this. See if it how it's looking on. Yep. Okay. You right. I didn't expect that. You might not expect a donut shot.
Cooper Donut.
Oh, let me raise the volume here because I don't think y'all can hear that well. Try. Come on now. There we go. Let me play it back.
You might not expect a donut shop to spark a revolution, but in
Inception.
1959, Cooper Donuts does just that. The History Channel presents The Spirit That Built America. In the 1950s, it is illegal in Los Angeles for your gender presentation to be at odds with the gender on your official ID. Arrests are so frequent that even gay bars often ban transgender people. Cooper Donuts, however, welcomes them. But in May 1959, two LAPD officers enter Cooper's for ID checks and arrest 5 people. A group, led mainly by trans women, begins fighting back, pelting the officers with coffee cups, paper plates, and yes, donuts. This public act of defiance and others like it emboldened the movement, leading to the legendary Stonewall riots and greater support for trans rights activists in the years to come.
All right, that's cool because sometimes videos are better explained than the verbal. The verbal. All right, so hold on. Let me scroll, please. Where? Hold on. Can I? There it is. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, so yeah. Um, so that's the first one, and then you have number two is the 1961 Milwaukee Black Knight Brawl. Some of these I didn't even know, like this one. So um, y'all want me to highlight what I'm reading because I'm not sure. Some people like it, some people don't. Let me just check. The pigs got to eat. Jesus Christ, Brie, I love you. Oh my god. Um, let me see. Yeah, I guess I'll just highlight what I read because then people can know what I'm reading. But if you don't like that, let me know. Okay. So on August 5th, 1961, four party-going sailors entered Black Knight, a popular St. Paul Avenue gay bar in Milwaukee, on a dare. They started a fight with the bouncer, only to be chased out of the bar by gender nonconforming black queen Josie Josie Carter, who knocked one of the men unconscious with a bottle. The men later returned with reinforcements and began to tear a bar apart, but were met with stiff resistance by patrons. The sailors were arrested, but the charges were later dropped due to lack of evidence. The bar suffered significant damage from the brawl and was eventually demolished for this extension for the St. Paul Avenue. Yeah, so it's unfortunate because I hope they brought that bar back or something, but I'm not sure um, on that one. But like I said, let me see. Has anybody said anything? I still love her. That pig's got to eat. So in 1965 is the Philadelphia Dewey's Restaurant sit-in. So let's see. On April 25th, 1965, the 17th Street location of Dewey's Restaurant. Oh, my bad. I forgot to highlight. Hold on. Let me do it. Let me. Okay. On April 25th, 1965, the 17th Street location of Dewey's Restaurant in Philadelphia denied service to approximately 150 people who appeared to be gay or gender nonconforming. Three teenagers refused to leave and were later arrested, along with Clark Polak, the leader of the homophile organization Janus Society, after he offered to help the group obtain a lawyer. Janus Society members were protested outside the restaurant for the next 5 days. On March 2nd, three more people staged a second sit-in at Dewey's. This time, the protesters weren't arrested and instead left the restaurant voluntarily a few hours later. Dewey's agreement to stop the nine. Dewey's agreed to stop the nine service to LGBTQ plus people. That's cool. Okay. And now you have number four, which is the we should all road trip to all the gay. But yes, that'd be cool. Actually, for 1966, New York City's Julius Tavern Slip-In. Why do you call it Slip-In? Anyway, it we'll find out. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. In spring 1966, members of the early gay rights organization Mattachine Society staged a slip-in, a twist on the sit-in protest in which they visited taverns, declared themselves gay, and waited to be turned away so they could sue. excuse me, at the time, LGBTQ plus individuals couldn't be served alcohol in public because liquor laws considered their gathering to be disorderly. Which, if you've seen a lot of gay people, they're not entirely wrong. I'm just kidding. Anyway, uh, the group was finally denied service at the Greenwich Village Tavern, Julius, which had been raided by police a few days earlier for serving gay people. This quickly led to the quick reversal of the state's anti-gay liquor laws. Yeah, so we got that. This one I heard about. So number 5. Let me see if anybody said anything. Slip, not slip. Oh my god. Anyway, so the 1966 San Francisco Compton's cafeteria riot. So let's see. Okay, there we go. Let me go like this. Okay. Nestled in San Francisco's Tenderloin neighborhood, Compton's cafeteria was a 24-hour restaurant and refuge for sex working trans women who often face intense violence from clients and police. One day in 1966, an officer placed his hand on a trans woman at Compton's. She responded by throwing a cup of coffee in his face. Apparently, coffee is the thing that you do when you are approached by law enforcement. Uh, we need to bring that back. Just throw coffee in cops' faces. Okay, they're gonna get me in trouble for that. But anyway, um, so chaos ensued with Compton's patrons throwing cups, saucers, and other diner items at the police, who retreated until reinforcements arrived. A riot erupted as dozens of trans people, drag queens, and gay men fought the police. They broke windows, destroyed a police car, and set even a newsstand on fire. Drag queens hit police with heavy purses. In the end, the police arrested the women. Yeah, that one. I think there's videos on that one, but I'll have to bring it back up later. Um, so you have number 6, 1966 and 1967, Los Angeles, Black Cat. Oh, well, let me see with the messages. Okay, so we're still good on messages. All right. So you have number 6, 1966, 1967, Los Angeles, Black Cat Tavern protest in Los Angeles. Why did it do Los Angeles twice? Anyway, LA part 2. All right. So anyway, all right. So, I don't know. I mean, LA is a big city, but damn. Um, Let me highlight this again. Okay. Opened in November 1966, Black Cat Tavern was a haven for the Silver Lakes queer community who were subjected to harassment from police enforcing anti homosexuality laws. On New Year's Eve 1967, undercover cops tore apart couples celebrating at midnight and began beating them. The brutality eventually spread to a neighborhood bar where police attacked the bar's owner and 2 bartenders. By the end of the night, 14 people were arrested, and two of the men were forced to register as sex offenders for kissing. Yeah, back then um, the sex offender list was a little different than it is today. Obviously, today, you know, um, it's more to what it's more to like what it is, what you think it is. But back then, they would just throw anybody on the sex offender list, like if you're just displaying love between 2 men, 2 women, just it just they were ridiculous with it back then. And so that's something you kind of had to um, think about for the queer and trans community back then. Um, and then on February 11th, 1967, over 200 demonstrators formed a picket line outside of the Black Cat Tavern to peacefully protest against police abuse. Though many police were dispatched to the protest, it remained charged but peaceful. Um, so unlike the other ones where coffee were thrown in the face of the cop, which I'm not saying, I'm just kidding. But like that one was more peaceful. Okay. So the last one was the hi- history. Okay. So anyway, the last one of the protests or of the seven protests before Stonewall um, is the 1968 Los Angeles Patch Bar Flower Power protest. Um, as you can see, there's a picture right there, the patch. Um, it's like something right out of a movie. All right, so anyway, um, let me highlight what I'm about to see. Ah, stab it. Okay, okay. All right. So the Patch was an LGBTQ plus bar in Wilmington, owned and managed by Lee Glaze. Glaze had a secret signal he'll play "God Save the Queen" on the jukebox to announce the police officers were entering the bar, allowing the patrons time to comply with the discriminatory laws. On August 17th, 1968, undercover cops left the bar and returned with several uniformed officers for backup, though it's unclear what prompted the action. They fanned out and began to screen the crowd, looking for IDs that didn't match the holder's outward appearance. In the end, police arrested two bar patrons for lewd conduct. Enraging Glaze, who knew the men were innocent, he led a crowd to buy mass quantities of flowers from the nearby shop owned by one of the bar's customers. The crowd then went to the police station and camped in the waiting room until the bail was posted for the arrested men. So that part is the first picture up here. That part right there. So, um, so they just did that. So those were like the seven. Um, those were the seven uprisings before Stonewall. I'm sure there were more, but there was probably the seven biggest ones. Um, definitely. And so let me go to um, let me let's go to the actual Stonewall riot. It's just like a short history of it, because we don't have to like go through the full thing. We only got 30 minutes, so hold on. Let me get that up for you. I thought I had that one. Screen. Yes. Okay. I guess we could do this one because there's a shorter version of it, but no bunks. Okay. All right. Let me. Nope. Hold on. There it is. Nope, that's not where it is. Hold on. Okay. Yep. Stop that. Come back to this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Um, I was just reading Bree's thing. Yeah, because at the time it they had put like almost everybody in there. If you weren't like cis or straight, they were just throwing you in there. But now it's for more of the people that you think it is, and therefore the sex registry, um, the sex offender registry. Sorry. Okay, so let me. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. Like okay, all right. So, what is Pride Month and the history of Pride? So, and this is just like a basic Pride 101 class today. We're not in class. It's a basically Pride 101 thing. So we're not like, uh, going through like each section and each thing. But anyway, so So like, yeah, here's the picture from back in the day. I love that afro right here. You see this afro right there? I love that afro right there. Okay. Um, let's. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, that's right. Let me make this bigger. Oh no, it's at 150. You guys are good. Okay, so we'll start right here because this is a thing. Okay, so the Stonewall riots weren't the first LGBTQ plus people that stood up against police harassment. We just went over that. Um, Obviously, we went over the Cooper's Donuts. We went over the Compton, the Compton's cafeteria and the other ones. But it all started with the. I'm going to skip down to this bottom paragraph. It all started with a police raid on a hot summer night in Greenwich Village. Cops stormed the Stonewall Inn, arresting patrons and forcing them into waiting police vehicles. But a nearby crowd grew restless and angry, and eventually there's a debate over who started whipping onlookers into fighting back. Now that part, people used to say it was oh, I can't remember now. I am so bad. This is so bad. I'm so I did a lot of things today and I'm tired. Um it's Stormy De La Verne who people think it is, but let me um hold on. Hold on, let me 'cause I oh stop. Come on. Come on, screen. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So a lot of people think it was like Marsha P. Johnson who um threw the first brick, and while she did arrive at Stonewall, she arrived later on that night. So like I'd say probably like an hour after everything got started, she arrived like kind of near the tail end of the riot. So but she was there. It's just she arrived a little later. Um, so often people think it was Stormy De La Verne, who was a lesbian. She was a I want to say she's butch, probably butch. So I just gonna say she's lesbian. So she's a lesbian, and a black lesbian who kind of told people to do something. Often people regard her as the one who. That's why it's kind of debatable. I'm not gonna sit there and argue. I'm glad. We're just all glad it happened. That's all I'm saying. Like it's cool to recognize who did it, but it's also good to recognize that like people stood up for themselves, no matter who started it. But like I said, I think it was Stormy De La Verne. Um, if you want to read more on her, let me know. I'll send you articles and stuff. She was basically this this really cool lesbian who was kind of like at the latter half of her life kind of became um I don't know if anybody's watched Sailor Moon, but she kind of became like a Tuxedo Mask type character where if people were in trouble, she would just come out of nowhere. She wouldn't throw the rose or anything, but she would come out of nowhere and be like, "Oh, what y'all doing?" Like she would literally like wake up at night and roam the streets of New York looking for trouble, essentially, like looking and trying to protect the sex workers and looking and trying to protect people going to bars, queers and trans people going to bars or leaving bars, and she would like not follow them, but like be in spots where people may try to do something, and she would like come through and be like, "What you doing, bitch?" So, um, so later on in life, like she was like that, but in her early younger career, she was just part of the bar scene, and um, she was there at that night. Um, so let me keep going. Let's see. Yeah, they pelted police, forcing homophobic cops to retreat. Aggressive street competition that continued over the next few nights. Um, let's see. Following the Stonewall riots, organizers wanted to build on that spirit of resistance. The following year, they organized a march to Central Park, adopted the theme of gay pride as a counterpoint to the prevailing attitude of shame. Excuse me. That march down Christopher Street soon expanded to other cities, with more joining in a year over year um, through the 1970s until Pride became the massive celebration that we know today. So, um, as you can see there, look at that beautiful picture. I think they're a butterfly. That's what's happening here. Yeah, we're gonna say they're a butterfly. Um, when is Pride in cities around the world? Let's see here. We go. Let me highlight that. Okay, so each city's Pride is scheduled. The schedule is different, but most Pride celebrations and marches uh, take place in June to mark the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. A handful of cities opt for other months, usually due to the inhospitable June weather, such as Palm Springs Pride in November, and Auckland Pride in February, and Vancouver Pride in August. Okay, so uh, Palm Spring, all right. I think it's in Florida. Makes sense, right? You're in November. Auckland Pride, which is Auckland, I think is in not New England. It's the country right beside New Zealand. I was about to say the country right beside Australia. So New Zealand, right? Is Auckland, I think, is the capital of New Zealand. But Vancouver, though, eh, I know Vancouver's up, obviously northwest, Pacific Northwest. But like, it's still hot in August. Like, what do you? Okay. So anyway, I'm just saying Vancouver. I'm just saying. Like, I love to come visit, but I'm just saying. And I think I'm trying to think in Florida as well. There's another one that I think it's Orlando. Not Orlando. I want to say it's another city in Florida that does Pride, but like in October, November, somewhere around there. And understandable, it does get hot, so I'm not, if you want to do an outside Pride, it might be better to do it later on in the year. But I think, for us, I think we try to keep it in June for the sake of Stonewall riots. But anyway, many of the largest cities coordinate their Pride months through an international organization, Interpride, which helps us manage Pride celebrations around the world. Because there's only a limited number of days in June and hundreds of Pride celebrations, they're bound to be a little overlap. Funny enough, that happened to us. I think one year um, we did Pride. One of the years we did PensaPride, I want to say it was the 2021 one. Somebody was like, we can't." They did a Mississippi Pride. It was Mississippi or Louisiana, one of those two states. I think it was Mississippi though. They had went to a Mississippi Pride, but they couldn't come to our Pride because their Pride, our Prides overlapped. So, um, it just often happens, especially people who are vendors and like they go to their home prides and then they try to go to another pride. Um, I think one thing would be really cool would be to like, I would love to do one day is to go to all the prides, maybe in America, um, you know, and try to go to or try to like get to as many as I could. Uh and not just in America, but all around the world. It'd be kind of cool to like go to all the different prides and just see the differences. And because I know, I want to say it was Korea or Japan that actually did a pride. They like did their first pride. I want to say it was Japan who did. Like I think it was in Tokyo. I think they did their first pride. Um, and if it's not them, it's Korea. It's one of the two East Asian countries. But um, and it was like in the rain, and it was it was a very emotional day for them. So yeah, like it'd be great to do that. So let's keep going. Um, let's see. But major cities are close to each other tend to avoid scheduling their events at the same time. The International Gay and Lesbian Travel Association maintains a calendar of over 100 Pride events around the world, updated each year to help you find this celebration that works best for your schedule. So that's really cool. And that's another picture from like I think I want to say the 60s or yeah, the 70s. So the 70s, yeah. Um, let's go over the New York's Pride Parade. Hold on. No, let me do this. Okay. All right. So, what is the history of the NYC Pride Parade? Um, just a few weeks after the Stonewall riots, the LGBTQ plus gathered for a gay power rally in Square, Washington Square Park. It was clear that there was an interest in holding more events like it. And over the following year, local activists proposed a larger annual march modeled on quieter protests that have been happening for years in Philadelphia. The new annual protest was to be called Christopher Street Liberation Day, and were organized by representatives from groups like the Mattachine Society, Gay Activists Alliance, and the Gay Liberation Front. The first Pride Parade in New York occurred on June 28, 1970, and attracted thousands of marchers carrying banners and signs. So, as you can see, they're carrying the banners and signs. Um, what's the history of Pride? What's the history of protest at Pride? Since its beginning, Pride has been a political event, and although it may feel like a party today, protests have always been embedded in its very reasoning for existing. Pride has been a protest against unjust systems, even when it's lighthearted and fun, which is true because even today, even the last little bit, the last few years of it, especially living in Florida, we've had obviously some of the laws that have been pushed against us when it comes to bathrooms, it comes to sports, it comes to the way even teachers who are queer or trans can't let their students know about that, or don't say gay bills and things like that. Anytime you can do a pride celebration, it is in itself a protest. So um yeah, so there you go with that. um and let's continue. Okay. Community organizers in New York included Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and Miss Major Griffin Gracie, who protested against the unjust treatment and advocated for the legal reform even before Stonewall. And all those three women I just mentioned are trans women. Once pride events were established in major cities, they became opportunities to register queer people to vote for for groups like ACT UP to demand action on HIV, to pressure politicians to express their support for the community by marching, um, which is true. It often leads to political action um, through that means as well. Several major Supreme Court rulings on LGBTQ plus equality have taken place in June, such as the Obergefell, Oberger, Oberger, Obergefell decision that legalized marriage equality. The Lawrence decision that ended sodomy bars, a sodomy ban. Oh my god, that would be wild. No, that would be wild. That just if that anyway. I'm gonna continue. That and the sodomy bans and the Bostock ruling that stopped hospitals from turning away trans patients. When those victories occurred, Pride events celebrated the win and redoubled the efforts to advance queer liberation even further. Um, and this is a good point as well. How is pride commercialized, and how are activists resisting? Which is This is one of the things that I think a lot of leftists and a lot of people who are kind of feeling about pride now a little bit. Some people are anyway. As pride has grown, it has so has commercial and corporate influence that has led to pride is moving away from its protest roots and becoming a party at a time where there's still a lot of work to be done, not just for the LGBTQ plus community, but for the communities that overlap. For years, organizers have raised concern about the prominence of corporate logos at Pride and about the money poured in from wealthy companies. Of particular concern is the participation of politicians and corporations that don't have LGBTQ plus interests at heart. In San Francisco, for example, organizers were outraged to see the local Pride event was partially funded by Google, despite the company's refusal to fully address the homophobic reaction harassment on its YouTube platform, which totally understandable. Um, in response, hold on, let me. Okay. In response, activists have established independent pride events in many cities. They have a variety of names, such as Alternative Pride, or Queer Liberation March, or Reclaim Pride. Those events take form of raucous protests, sometimes disrupting orderly, wealthy, corporate-funded events to remind everyone that Pride's about just more than just rainbows. It's about radical change, and I appreciate those margin, or appreciate those prides for doing that. But I think they can be, my opinion is they can be a little bit of both. Not the corporate pride part, but just pride that just celebrates who we are and just you have a fun day. And then there's pride where it's more like a radical thing. I think you can technically do both at the same time, be honest with you. But I don't as Pensacolians, I don't think we our people in Pensacola, I don't think we have enough that for that yet. So especially since we live in Florida, which is a heavily discriminated state against the queer and trans community. So um there you go for that. So that looks like that's it of the article. Um, the article was "What is Pride Month and the History of Pride." Your guide, meeting, and future Pride is right here by Matt Bloom. It was done on June 25th, 2020. Um, so if you want to go to that article, it's on them.com. Or if you want these articles, I can try to send them to you. Let me stop the screen share. So yeah, so we're coming up on the hour now. It's almost 5 o'clock. So I had something in my eye. Um so yeah, pride is very important. I think it's still, especially for um our uh our state of Florida, but just in I think in US in general. Um and just for the world in general, I think it's still good to have pride, and it's still um, good to continue expressing who we are and not being afraid of um, people who are just continue to show up for who we are and stuff like that. When does the trivia thing start? It starts at I actually want to say it starts at 5. Um, let me get check. I think it starts at 5 p.m. Let me check one more time. Uh, Let me really check this. Yeah, it starts at 5 p.m. So there's actually two parts of the there's two times for the trivia. So if you're going to trivia tonight, which is the LGBTQ plus trivia at Handlebar in downtown Pensacola. Um, so if you're in the area, or if you're near the area, just look up the Handlebar and um, what you call it, and just use Google Maps or whatever. If you're Apple, I don't know about the Apple part, but um, so there's two parts. There's a 5 o'clock trivia, and then there's 7 o'clock trivia. So there's 5 and 7. So um, all and it'll be two games for queer trivia, $7 per person. Six teams to a max. Six teams to a team max. That's weird. Six teams to max. All right. At the handlebar, 319 North Tarragona Street, 32501. Like I said, it's today from there's a 5 p.m. set and then there's a 7 p.m. set. So all the money will be all the money that's done for the pride will be the pride. All the money that's done for the trivia will be going to Strive. And so yeah, there's a 5 and a 7. I might go now. I might go at 7. I have work tomorrow in the morning, so I might just go to the early one and then just come home later for the 7 o'clock. Just because I'm tired. but but yeah, those who want to go, please go. It's fun. Often, I think it's going to be the way that Devin and Shannon are, who are also members of Strive. They they're also kind of setting up to be kind of difficult. So it is. My name is Trey. I have a basketball game tomorrow. I'm the point guard. It's so silly. But but yeah, so you have that going, and like I said, next Saturday is PensaPride. So once again, June 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. will be PensaPride at the Pensacola Fairgrounds. It will be inside. I know people have had their kind of qualms about it being inside. I just think because it's because it's Florida and because it's really hot outside, even though I love summer, but like I understand people's concern for the heat and overexhaustion and all that. And so it being inside, I think, is a great equalizer for a lot of people. And so it will be inside. They will have food trucks on the outside. They'll have vendors. There'll be music. Last time I think we had two stages outside, so I think the same thing's going to happen. There's going to be like the 309 stage, and there's going to be the DJ stage. So the 309 stage is more like acoustic music, poets, more of that type of style of music, more of the kind of singer songwriter, maybe some punk a little bit, but like a lot of just probably folk punk of anything, but like still there with that. And then on the main stage or the other stage, the DJ stage, you'll have like different DJs come up, play music. That probably also be where the drag queens will be at. If they do a drag show. I still can't remember they do the drag show. I think they are, but that'll probably be where that's at. I will be doing the live stream of that. So again, so if you can't make it, if just you're working that day, you can't make it. If you're not in the Pensacola area, you can't come Pensacola area. I will be live streaming that. Strive will be live streaming that all day. So um, I will try to keep my phone charged the entire time. So I mainly the last few years I have mainly just gone around, interviewed people, interviewed vendors, showed their products and stuff, tried to, just show the entire, um, basically showed you what it looks like at Pride and everything and all the people walking by and all that stuff. Um, so no memes. Yeah, no memes. No mames. No memes. Um, so yeah, there'll be that, and trying to think what else. Um, Mainly what I've done is like we'll go around and show the vendors and show everything and everything. But most people like the camera just sitting there at the 309 stage. A lot of people just like watching the musicians come up and poets and stuff like that do the music and all that. Because I'll probably go around for about 30 minutes to an hour talking with people and stuff like that and having interviews and stuff like that. And then, you know, basically parking the camera in front of the 309 stage and especially because the 309 stage won't have copyrighted music. A lot of times it's going to be people who are, using their guitar, acoustic guitar, or even electric guitar, or whatever instrument they're playing, and they're playing music from their own set, or from their own music library. Whereas if I parked it in front of the the what's the name? If I park if I park it in front of the DJ thing, and the copyright infringement is going to hit me in like 2.5 seconds. Uh, so so yeah, I'll try our best. Try my go from there. That was weird. It kind of blipped out for a second, but anyway. So but yeah, so you have that, and like I said, we'll show all that, and then I think probably we'll probably do another Strive Sunday on the 23rd, which would be the day after my birthday. We'll try to gear for that one. We'll see. Um, and then I'm trying to think what else is happening after Pride. Usually there's kind of a big lull after Pride, and we're you know it's a lot. Yeah, we just kind of take a break after Pride because usually Pride is such a long day. And thank you to the PensaPride board for really setting this up. I have missed all the meetings because I've been busy myself and everything, and been kind of hard to get to them. But I'm so glad that they are able to set this up this year, and all the work they've done to set it up. And we all hope it goes smoothly and everything. But yeah, so other than that, thank you for watching. I really appreciated Bree being here, and the other two people for watching. Like I said, this will be, if you're on Facebook, you can see the um, the subtitles, but unfortunately on YouTube you can't see it, and I think on Twitch you definitely can't see it. So, but like I said, if this will be recorded, if you missed it, you can rewatch it. Um, if you have any questions, let me know. You can send it. If you can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, X/Twitter, um, and just message us on there if you have any questions. We, like I said, we're on Facebook, Instagram. A lot of our posts are on Instagram. We try to move them to Facebook as well. So, but we're on Instagram a lot. We try to post it on Twitter just to catch those people as well, or X as well. We also have a Discord. So if you want to join a pretty sizable Discord, um, Strive Discord is amazing. We have like a general area where people are talking and stuff, but we also have like memes. We also have like a group therapy area. We have like learning more about theory and leftist theory. We also have um just all sorts of other things, people meeting outside of Strive to do things as well. So if you want to join our community on Discord, that'd be great. Just message us and we'll send you the link. Um, and then I'm trying to think what else we have. If you want to donate to us, we're on Cash App, just Strive Pensacola, or PayPal. Strive Pensacola and PayPal as well. Anything, you know, anything would be great. We're not asking for like send us $1 million right now. No, I mean that'd be nice, but like, yeah, send me the Twitch link hard. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Also, if you watch us on Twitch, Bree, we don't have any drops like it's flipping Overwatch, so you're not gonna get like a venture skin that's like. But hold on, I think it's just. Hold on. Put it up. All right. So, oh, I see that. Let me see, twitch.tv. I think it's that slash. Yeah, I want to say that is the Twitch link to us. So like I said, if you want to watch us on there, that's great too. And so I'm trying to think of what else to say. I think I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, it's talked about Discord, talked about the donations, um talked about Pride, talked about, yeah, I can't think of anything else. So but yeah, like I said, we're trying to do some big things this year. Hopefully we can continue on after Pride and continue providing good services for the queer and trans community. Oh, also, yeah, I forgot. If you are needing a doctor, or you're needing um, primary doctor, endocrinologist, a therapist, psychologist, we do have a resource list. So um, on our Instagram, if you go to our Instagram, it's Strive Pensacola, there is in our bio page, there is a link to the resource list. So a lot of people who come into Pensacola are like, oh, I don't know where, or people who just come out, they're like, oh, I don't know where to go. I don't know who to go to. Um, we do have a resource list where you can um, gain access to those people and get the help you need. So, and it ranges from Escambia County, which is what we're in, Santa Rosa County, Okaloosa County, and also Walton County. So, the first four counties of Florida on the Panhandle, we have doctors and medical professionals in those four counties that we know that are accepting and will um, take care of queer and trans people. So I also forget to mention that. I think a lot of people often don't think we or don't think we have a list, or just don't know we have a list. I think it's the latter. They just don't know we have a list, but we do have a list um, for queer and trans people for medical services. So, but like I said, we have Discord. You can join that. Like I said, we'll see you in the next 2 weeks on June 23rd. Um, I don't really do much for my birthday anyway, so I probably will be on here. I'm not like a party person who's like, oh, to be drunk and I can't cook. No, it's not. Bree will be there. Love you, Bree. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go to the trivia thing real quick, and I'll probably be back around 7 or 8. 'Cause I'm not gonna stay there too long. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. Overwatch for 24 hours. Oh my god. I did an Overwatch for 24-hour stream on here. That'd be wild. Or maybe I should try to do that one day. Try to do just a Strive stream just of me playing Overwatch or something. That'd be kind of cool. Um, we've been trying to think about just playing video games on here, just doing like normal stuff, or not normal stuff, but just stuff that's outside of just activism on on these streams. But um, I definitely would have to get my PS4 back up to pull that one off. But I will run in a circle for you. That's wild. I'm still having PTSD from the Sigma that was just coming at me after seeing you running around in a circle, literally still coming at me, killing me. It was insane. But yeah, so like I said, we if you still want to come to the trivia, it's like I said, it's 5 o'clock and then 7 o'clock. It is $7 per person. There's six to a team, and there'll be two games of trivia. Like I said, the 5 o'clock and the 7 o'clock. So if you miss the 5 o'clock, there is a 7 o'clock version of trivia. And there'll be, I think, prizes for like the worst team, prizes for the best team that wins, and a prize for like the best trivia name, the best name team. So come to that and support us and everything. And yeah, so thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it and everything. Um, like I said, June 23rd, I'll try to do another one of these. That one may just be more fun. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything for that one, or just like a post Pride, um, yeah, like post Pride thing. I might try to show some of the things on there. I don't know. I might show. I probably will make a little TikTok or something in the beginning because I'm probably not gonna do the live stream immediately. Probably record some stuff for the TikTok, and then after that, we'll probably go from there. But yeah, so anyway, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.